Well, hello and welcome back. Today, well, I want to actually do a bit of work on my factory here because it is just a little bit of a mess here with everything all around here. So, I do want to kind of compact the production line of my mechanisms up here. Because there are two, ways I can actually start improving these here. And, I also do want to move it into this first floor of this building here that I've already designed. Got an idea for what I'm going to do here, which I did build up off episode. So, to do this, I'm going to need to improve my Connect mechanism production. Which means I'm going to need more, andesite. Possibly more andesite production and more mineral chunks. Now that shouldn't be too hard. Okay, first off we'll grab some mineral toppings because we had this going for a while. And we'll just get a quick area, get some, mineral trees built up over here to start sucking the, mineral out. Ow. The mineral resin. So, do that and be right back. It won't be too high because it'll just be growing the trees up, getting some arboreal extractors in, and yeah. Okay. So, I've got my mineral resin production set up here. We've got 4 mineral trees all set up with arboreal extractors to, draw the mineral out from them, resin out from them. And we've even got a power or rotation line brought in over here to pump it all in. So yes, this is bringing in plenty of mineral here. Now there's 2 things I'm going to have to do here. I don't mind if the mineral resin actually backs up because it's not vital for anything of this to keep running. But there's 2 uses for the mineral resin. As you would probably know, one is making the mineral charged enriched rubber. And the second, that is actually making crystallized mineral chunks. Way you can do that? Easiest way is just using a bunch of drying basins. Or is using drying basins. We just pump them into a drying basin and bang, that'll do the trick. But I'm only going to want to do that when I've got so much resin. Which is actually fairly simple to figure out here. The thing is though, with making crystallized mineral chunks from that, is that it uses a bucket to make 9 chunks. To make a block of crystallized mineral in a drying basin. So, yeah. Which, honestly, I'm not too against doing it that way. This is actually, I've got an interesting thought here. Very interesting thought. I could go with a simple compacting drawer, which I don't think I have any around, because what I can do here is I'm going to need a pull or upgrade, which means I need another drawer. Let's go the simplest way to make sure I have extra drawers. Make some oak drawers 2x2. We make a pull upgrade, which means we need a hopper, which means another chest. Yeah. Another bit of redstone. Hopper check. Pull upgrade. Because this is an in pipe that we have bringing in from the mineral tank. We can have this be brought across over to here or something. Not like so. Get a simple compacting drawer here. What I'm going to do here is get the mineral flowing. I won't throw the puller upgrade in yet because I want to get that running. But I can grab this back over here. We can remove this shaft, plonk it in here because I already had this set up to pump the resin in. And we get a crystallized metal trunk. This is exactly what I was after. So we get the configuration tool, lock it. We can set this up with a pulling from north. So that in here, and it will start pulling crystallized metal chunk, blocks of crystallized mineral out of there. So now we've got a source of crystallized mineral chunks. To make the andesite alloy, which I'm going to need, we're going to need to mix that with andesite. And there's a couple ways of going about this. First off, we can bulk smelt gravel, which we can make easily. The other one we possibly could do is make an igneous extruder, but that would require plastic now. So yeah, we're going to do it this way. We're going to have to upgrade the line here. I also want to increase the amount here, but oh, it's going to store 512. So that's not too bad backing up. So I just need the andesite production up and running here. Okay, I realized before I actually make any more progress and actually getting all the components I need for it, I want to actually get everything placed down that I need here. Or at least the line down. So that means we have 3 mechanical saws here. Then we need some shafts and some belts. Okay, first shaft we have deploy, deployer, deployer, blank space, deployer, 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 blank space, deploy, deployer, deployer, blank space. And that will be, first one is andesite alloy, followed up by the saw. Let's make a bit of space here. So, saw will go in here, the eternal saw. Then we'll have a spot for the connect mechanisms to come out into a vault here. Then we get variable card. Electron tube screwdriver. Another space for the precision mechanisms to come out here. So that, then we have radiant resonator. And then a spot for everything else. So that's the basic lineup here. So we're going to have alloy. I don't have everything else I need to get this set up. And because we've got the eternal tools in there, I don't have to worry about replacing them. So now I need to think about how I'm going to get the appropriate resource into these spots here. I am also going to want to set these recipes here. So stripped into planks, and then we can turn planks into slabs, with slabs go off, be turned into everything here. Perfect. Because we need mineral wood coming in and going into the appropriate ones there. So that's going to be a bit on the funner side, but hey, I can work with that. So we have this here. We got upper level here. Another one placed there. So then we can have this like so. Comes across up into here. Goes across to there. We fill that up. And that should work out if my thinking is correct here. To wherever this comes in. So that'll go in there, up, across, fills in these here. Goes in, need another one going in. Variable card and the electron tubes we could do. Or I just go straight full on electron tubes and that makes it a bit easier. Because then all I have to worry about is getting the electron tubes into here, which then leaves just the radiant cores going into these ones. I do like the idea of that here. Oop. This might be doable. I'm thinking, because we need to get the electron tubes, which could always do that on the next level up as well. So we then drop the so electron tube goes to there, so we go in here and here. Goes like that. So if we do have that going up there, or I could have this coming in from the other side. Or somewhere over there, we just throw it over, drop it in there, which could work. If we keep going at that rate, we'd be doing something like this here as well. This is another tricky one because well, the radiant coil, induction coil, we need to be made by mechanical crafting, which means we need the shadow steel and radiant sheets. Either one would work. Either way, I do like the looks of this here. So here's the idea. These go in here. We need to set those up properly. Oh, because I placed them on something else. Okay. So it's all come across here, get the appropriate ones. Oh, I can't do it this way. Mainly because I still need the mineral logs coming in here. Coming from outside. So I'd have to bring them up a bit earlier. But this does make things a bit easier because I can have a vault here, here, and here. And these will all fill up as they go across. And depending on how big the vault is, we're probably just going to go like so. So we have a vault here, here, and here. Yeah, I'm liking that. I am kind of tempted to just do it on the second floor, have the items be dropped down onto the appropriate spots with some chutes, which would mean I'd get rid of that here. We'd get a shaft here, which would come along to there. Chutes drop down onto here. Which honestly is not too bad of an idea. Cool. So that would mean we would have to punch a hole in here. Andesite alloy comes down there. Electron tubes come down here. And radiant coils come down there. Which honestly does make things a bit easier. So, we have chutes going down here. Oop. And so I'll still need to make a second floor for this to look good. Pretty sure this drops it straight onto the belt there. No attached fans, yep. It just looks like that because of all that there. No, okay. So that's good. Let's get the vaults and the other things in place. Okay. So now we actually have this set up looking how I want it to here. All that going in there, that's going over there. Eventually we'll have precision mechanisms coming out here, but that's okay. And then radiant mechanisms coming there. Because after the next thing the radiant mechanisms need is probably going to be mixed to make time mechanisms, which the time mechanisms, I think it could be the end of the road. I'm not sure. And of course, the radiant mechanisms have another use here. Yeah, I think radiant time mechanisms are going to be the last one, because then we need to superheat radiant mechanisms with the time in a bottle to get ourselves the time mechanisms. Which means I'm also going to have to automate time mechanism production. From the looks of it, doing it this way, I then want to get a basin, feed time in bottles into here. Or that's how. Okay. Give a little bit more space. No, that's not use. wood. Let's use casing. Oh. Base in here, which is then going to... insert here. And we'll also have the timer ball be made over this side and go into here. Which I think the easiest way of going about this afterwards is to just make a drawer. Oh, actually, I do have some radiant mechanisms I can place down. So, we'll just make an oak drawer, plonk this down here. We'll have a pulling upgrade, pull it out from there. Cool. That's good. Time in a bottle requires quite a long sequence. Okay. With source in between the final press. So all I need to do is figure out exactly how to get everything powered up here. That works out. See what happens. How much do we have? 15 up there. Cool. That works out really nicely here then. So we just need to get plenty more andesite alloy being made. Okay, we've got some right here. So that will be the mechanisms. We still need to get everything else. So I'd probably want to get... oh, I could pump the resin up as well. Get that being done up there. Get the andesite being made up here. Dumped into there. Possibly even have another chute coming down to give me access to a few other things as well. Even think about getting an elevator pulley going. Yeah, I might do that. So if I reverse that, that should suck out all the minerals and those in there. Stop that. Perfect. So now I just need to get the rest of that set up here. Can always move that back further as well, so that's fine. Oh, nice. Keeps the inventory. Cool. So I still need to make the second floor, but I can worry about that later. Because I also need to bring the items in as well. But that's a good start. Because that actually combines quite a few disparate areas here. And definitely by getting rid of the rich mineral, we're good. Oh, that's full. Cool. Yeah, because definitely want a spot where I can actually get andesite alloy. I need to make other things. What would be nice is if I can get... I don't need them. I could always make the machines as I need them, so that's good. So this whole setup over here is kind of defunct now. Might need to move this up a bit further. Because yeah, I do like this whole system here where it just takes redstone, plonks it in there, then throws it down, so that's good. I need to figure out exactly what else to do. I think I've come up with kind of a plan to go about producing this here. The andesite alloy, at least. The electron tubes, easy enough. I can just pinch that line from over there, because it just needs redstone and iron coming in. But andesite alloy, we also need the andesite coming in. So if we go something along the lines of this here, belt comes along here, we're going to need... Don't know how long we're going to want this belt, but we did that. We do something along the lines of this here. Crushing wheel and crushing wheel there. I can't really bother, so we can do something like... I can either have it up and below, have the cogwheel there. We need to then provide it with power. So if we have that there, we can then get another couple of large cogwheels here, as what I've usually done. Have them connected up here, and that will have them both going in the appropriate directions there. Put casing there. Perfect. So that goes through there. Oh, which just makes things a bit harder. What I'm thinking of here. Huh. Because what I also want to do is have depots for where the items go into. Maybe not too bad. Because we also have depots along here. We could then throw... Well, because cobblestone come through there. Gravel come up, get thrown into here. Which then will have brass funnels set to take out the andesite. Which will then go onto yet another line across here, which will then get fed into the mixer for other stuff. So if we do something like that, gets that all running across here. And so the gravel will make its way up, gets thrown onto here. Check. Just thinking how I can go about this here. Because if I have that there, the lava will be in there like so. No, I want this to be the encased fan here. Probably got them in my... Here we go. So in case fan, he'll blow the lava across here fast enough, and then we can always block it off. So that will turn the gravel into andesite. Perfect. And we can also have the mechanical drill here. Water come down, come across there. Do I have a stair? No. But if we do this, check that over to here. Do I really have just a lack of shafts? Looks like it. It's good. Oop. You go there. We then have the stone brick stairs here. And we'll just surround this, because that's the water supply here. Waterlogged stairs, lava will go across here into there, check. Do that, remove this, grab that, grab you off from there. Okay, with this setup, the lava has nowhere to go but there. Perfect. Oh, I didn't provide much room out the back, but oh well. I'll get this sorted out. Because I'm going to want to have a clutch here to stop this one. This one I want spinning all the time. It's okay. Goes across here. This will go over to a... Where are we? Feeds into the basin. Will that actually feed in? I can't remember. Either way, we can have the basin up here feeds into the basin there. Loads that up. Andesite alloy will come out from here, goes over there. We need the mixer on top. Perfect. So I could get quite a few more. So that will be the andesite alloy coming in. We need to then next... We need to get the crystallized mineral shards being pushed into here as well, which I can easily do from the back. I'm also going to need to bring them out. I could always just have the pipe run up here into there, but it might be easy to have them going up into another one over there. Yeah, I could get that working. So that's good. Which will then have this come out. Ooh. Okay, I just had an idea. The shaft will go over here. Belt comes across to here. Output there. Input into here. And then I can also get another depot here to plonk all of it out of there as well. So I can get a supply of andesite alloy. Could even just bring the vault across so I can have the depot here to get me the andesite alloy. So I think that would work if I could get up and running. Let's just finish getting this hooked up and we'll be right back. This should be everything set up here. All I need to do is throw that in and we get andesite alloy being made and also being drop down. It's good. And also got a threshold switch, so you just need to let that be enabled here. So this should work out here. Okay, which it does look like it is. So that's good. And that actually works out quite nicely. So we've got alloy coming through there perfectly. Which means it should be dropping down and filling up those there. And then we should see over here, yes. It's backed up quite nicely, so that's perfect. What do I actually want to do here? Let's do that. We can see andesite alloy in there. So I'll get that running. Then I still need to get the electron tubes coming in here and the radiant ones. So I'm just going to quickly get electron tubes set up, moved over here. Oh, I also need to provide it with fluid to be able to do this. Yeah, that's good. That done. That's good. It looks like the biggest limiting factor here is just the andesite production, but even then this is actually going quite fast here. So what I would have to do here is just move this line over to there. Which means I'd also have to somehow provide it with lava, which isn't too bad because I will have lava tanks coming in, iron coming from trains, and redstone coming from trains as well, so they can all be brought in by the appropriate solutions here. That's good. For now, let's at least get it moved over there. Okay, with that, we've got the redstone electron tube line up and running here, or what will be, with 3 inputs coming in from the exterior of the building here. We've got 1 for redstone, 1 for lava, and 1 for iron. So the iron comes through, goes along here, gets dumped into this drawer, which then feeds into this melter here to make the molten iron. The redstone then comes through here, around here, goes over, gets dumped into this seared melter where it gets turned into destabilized redstone, which then makes sure there's always redstone in there first, which then the rest goes through, gets turned into rose quartz, which then gets molten iron put onto it to make electron tubes. That's if this is working correctly here. Yep, rose quartz make electron tubes, redstone onto redstone dust. And with all that, that's pretty much as much of the automation as I've got at the moment, because I still will need to set up radiant production, but it's all well and good, and also feed in the mineral logs here. Which that is another bit of interesting part here. So I can always test this out via throwing some strip mineral logs here. Which that works out quite nicely. And eventually the iron vault would fill up and then the rest goes on to make precision mechanisms. So that's all well good. And I think this might be a good spot to call the end of the episode here. Because eventually I will also then be able to get a few more things, but this is actually a very good start for this. So I'll call it the end of the episode here, so you can comment, like, subscribe down below. Really helps out with YouTube discovery and whatnot. And that. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all next time.